right, guys. So a lot of times you get kids that come into the hobby shop and they ask very annoying questions. One of them is, what's the best car you got in the shop? And you really can't answer that. There's no one best car because you have different categories. You have on-road, off-road, you have fit scale, 10 scale, you have micro cars. There's no such thing as a best car. However, if you really pin me down and you said, Mark, really, what's the best overall? What's your favorite? What do you think is really the best? What's the sweet spot of every car that you carry? I would actually put it down to this car right here. The Traxxas Maxx is the overall best RC car in my shop. It's the best car I've ever sold, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The first one is really the most important, and that is the durability. The durability of this car is off the charts. I would even go far as and say that this car is more durable than an X-Maxx, and the X-Maxx is twice the price of this, and it's much bigger. This is more durable than that. The simple reason is you have X-Maxx style components in a 10 scale car. So you have all those big components, like the servo in this car is a fit scale size. The internal gears, the ring and pinion, all the internals are fifth scale size. They have deep cuts. They're made out of very big gears in here. Just really hardy, very durable, very beefy, overbuilt, I would say. So the durability of this car lends itself to making the customers really happy, because when they buy the car, they beat the shit out of it. And you know, Americans, when they get a product, they put it through the ringer and they just abuse it. And this is one car that could stand up to extreme abuse. It's $569.99. It's been out since 2015. Comes in multiple colors. This happens to be rock and roll. So this is, like I said, this is going to be my top pick for the best RC car, which is a monster truck. I think this is the best overall value. It's right in the middle of the price range of all the cars that we sell. It's $569. It doesn't break the bank. You don't really need to do anything when you take it out of the box. It doesn't have any weak points. Of course, you can make any RC car better. So you might ask yourself a quick question. If a hobby shop really makes most of their money on parts and this car doesn't break parts, so why am I so excited about it? Well, first of all, I care about my customers' experience. If they're buying a product from me, I want it to last them and I want them to enjoy it for a long time. The second reason why I'm excited is because people aren't breaking parts on the car, they end up buying a ton of upgrades. People are very funny. Like when they buy a product with anything, men, we always like to make things better. So even though it doesn't need anything, again, we make this better with upgrade parts. We have a vast amount of parts in stock for this. And we had a customer, his first name is Adidata. He called me up. He said, Mark, I want what's your favorite car? What's the best car in the shop? What's your personal favorite? And I told him, I said, it's the Maxx. Then he said, listen, how could we make it even better? I want to make it so that it's future proof. I want to buy one RC car. I want to have it for many years. I don't really want to worry about it breaking and changing parts and wear and tear. I want long intervals between my service. And I said, listen, let's buy a Maxx. If you want to upgrade it, we'll put better parts on it. We'll make it handle good. We'll take it to the next level. He said, fine, do it. So I was in touch with him over a period of weeks. And he called me every once in a while. We started putting together a package. And this is what we end up with. We call this the Ultimate Maxx. If you want me to put together this for you, you can always call the 800 number, ask for Mark, or email me at mark@parkflyers.com. We can put one of these together for you. We think it's really incredible. So let's go over what we did with the car and how we made it better. Now, of course, you could keep, upgrading the car, just keep going and going and going, but there has to be a limit. So within a certain price point, we figured out what really are the best upgrades for the money without going overboard for this particular car. Now, the first thing is the motor and the speed control. So the motor and speed control, we decided to go with the Hobby Wing. It's the Maxx 8 combo. It comes with the Maxx 8. It's the G2S, and basically it's 160 amp speed control. It's a very, very nice speed control for a couple reasons. First of all, it runs very cool. You're never going to overheat. You're never going to have a thermal shutdown on this particular ESC. It also has built-in Bluetooth, which means you don't need an external programming module to make this thing even better. So you download a free iOS or Android app to your phone. You hook it up with Bluetooth to the speed control, and there are so many parameters you can actually adjust, including punch control, timing, boost, all those things. You can braking, you can do all those things on the fly, and it makes it a very tailored experience. I actually dialed this car in. It is absolutely sublime when you give throttle and launch this thing. The way it builds into the power band, it's unbelievable. And I was able to do that because you could just keep going back and forth. You basically change the setting, play with it, and just keep doing it back and forth until you get the setting you like. Very, very custom type of feel. If you like your car dialed in, get the Maxx 8. And if you're going to get the Maxx 8, you might as well go with the Hobbywing motor. The 4268, it's the G2R. It's a 2500 kV motor, something that is 100 kV higher than the stock 2400 motor. So you're going to get all that RPM and all the torque and that power. And it's just going to be a little bit better experience than the stock setup. Really, really nice. And we endorse this setup really, really highly. The next thing that we did with the car is really one of the most important upgrades for the car. If you're going to buy a Maxx and you can only afford to do one thing, I'm actually going to recommend this before you do the motor and the speed control. And that is going to be the shocks. Now, the Power Stroke shocks are what we put on this. They're made by Proline. It's a dual stage shock. It has 2 different springs in it. It makes it really, really progressive. It makes the car very smooth. Now, in this particular design, for some reason, Proline made a very interesting piston inside this internally, where they put the holes that go around the entire circumference of the piston. What happens when you do that is the car, basically, the suspension and the shocks are too, they basically don't have enough resistance, in my opinion. So customers buy this shock, they'll put 50, 60 weight oil in it, and then it'll just be bouncy. It won't really handle like it should. And people don't really understand that you have to put 100 weight oil in these shocks. Now, to demonstrate and to show you the difference, we have 60 weight in the back here and 100 in the front. So the 60 weight, you see how easy it is to compress, and it's just, if you put 60 or anything less, really a thin oil, you're going to get a lot of chassis slap when you're jumping. It's not going to handle properly because the car, it's going to be basically not enough damping for the car. Here's 100 weight. If you see, it has the perfect amount of strength and resistance. So 100 weight. Now Team Losi, TLR, thank God they make this 100 weight oil. It's pretty rare to find 100 weight shock oil, but they do make it, and you can buy it. It is really nice, and you have to use it with these Power Strokes to make them work properly. So you'd want to do that. And then the cool thing about these shocks is that they're really going to make the car handle a lot better than the stock shocks. The stock shocks are awesome. They're really good for bashing and jumping. But what happens is, because they're really tall, they make the car sit up high. So in the car, you have the stock shocks and they sit like this. With these shocks, if you see the arms, it just sits lower. The arms are parallel to the ground, which is what you want in a racing setup. The car is going to have much better turn-in, much better handling. It lowers the CG by 1 inch. And overall, you're going to flip the car less. It's going to be more satisfying to drive. And overall, it's going to be a much better experience with the Power Strokes. Like I said, this is the #1 upgrade for the car. It has to do with the handling, and we really like it a lot. Now, as far as the steering servo, the stock steering servo, to be honest with you, even though it's durable and it's a fit scale servo, it's really, really slow. And it's painfully slow. Even though it's usable, there's nothing really wrong with it. But like I said, it's slow. And we wanted to go with an upgraded servo. We actually went with a 2085R steering servo. It has 650 ounces of steering torque, 0.13 transit time, all metal internal gearing. You're not going to break this thing. It is very, very powerful. We also went with a Traxxas servo horn to complement it. It's much better than the plastic. It's going to hold up a lot better, and it goes right onto this servo really well. So when you're getting this servo, the 2085R, a lot of people don't know that you have to actually adjust the endpoints on the car. If you don't, you're going to break the servo. There's a ton of videos on YouTube telling you not to buy this servo, and it's going to break, it's junk, and it's really people not knowing what they're doing. That's why you come to the hobby shop. We work on these things all day. We know what we're doing here. So if you're actually gonna get this servo, you have to get the Bluetooth module, put it in the radio. It's $34.99. And the reason why you have to get that is you have to change the endpoint settings, and you have to adjust them. You can't have 100% throw on a servo with 650 ounces of torque and expect it not to self-destruct. That means when it's turning at maximum, it's actually straining because it's hitting an endpoint that's not really controlled, and it's actually maxing out the throw. It's hurting the servo. Eventually, you're going to break it. So you get the app, you change the EPA points. Now, on each side, it's going to be different. Even though you would think it would be the same percentage on both sides, it just works out that way, where one side is different than the other. For instance, let's say this will be 76% and that'll be 80%. You have to do it where they're having the same equal throw, both sides. Once you change the EPA on it, you're actually going to dial down the servo angle, which you want to do on a truck like this anyway, because you don't want full throw. It's going to make the truck unstable. And the second reason is you're going to destroy the servo. So endpoint adjustments are very important. And like I said, you need this Traxxas module. You have to put it in the radio in the back. It goes right in the back of the radio here. And it really works well. Very simple and easy to use. By the way, now that we're on the radio, the TQI radio and the receiver that it comes with is awesome. It has the TSM. I would not upgrade it. I would leave it because you definitely want a gyro in your car. It's going to make it a lot stable on slippery surfaces, and it just makes the car handle better. The other thing I like about the TSM is it's adjustable on the radio. You could dial it into your preference. You could even shut it off. And it really is a nice radio to have, especially the Bluetooth functions are really nice to have with the car. Throttle sensitivity, steering sensitivity, all changeable within the Bluetooth app. It works with both Android and iPhone. And like I said, it's definitely worth picking up if you're going to get the car. Another upgrade on the car is the Power Hobby motor cover. Now, it does a few things. The stock cover is basically two parts here. It's plastic, and the motor plate screws into this mount here with one screw. I don't like that. I don't like a plastic piece of plastic holding my motor in place. So the screw here now goes into a very thick aluminum casing. It's also one piece, so it's much more stable. It looks better. And again, this is a very important upgrade. You have to get it for the car. It's the Power Hobby motor cover. I'll put the link below this video, so if you want to buy one, comes in multiple colors. And if you want to grab one, that would be great. Now, I want to talk about the connector. We had the choice to go with the Traxxas connector because it is a Traxxas car. But you know what? We said we're upgrading the speed control. We might as well just upgrade the connector. This is an IC5 connector. These are going to have less resistance than the Traxxas connector. They're also more durable. They handle more current, and they really handle the heat better. So you want to really put the IC5 on your speed control. It's a really good upgrade, and highly endorse that. Speaking of the connector, let's talk about the battery in the car. And the battery that I recommend is the biggest battery that will fit in this car. That's a non-Traxxas battery. Traxxas, you can go with their 6700 battery. It's nice. But since we changed the connector, we said, you know what, let's go with the Power Hobby 6500. 130C, 14.8 volts. Very nice pack. Hard case, so you can't really puncture it. And it fits in here. It's a tight fit. And it basically has space in the front and the rear, fore and aft, so you can move the battery back and forth depending on how you want to balance your car, according to how you like to jump it. So again, very nice battery from Power Hobby, $129.99. We have them on the site. If you want one, grab one. They're great. Now, for the universals on the car, the stock universal is definitely adequate. Very hard to break this, although it is breakable. This customer went with the steel universals on the car, front and back. And they're really nice. They have steel cups that go into the diff case. They're really nice. When you do the upgrade, you have to get the upgraded hubs. And because we have the rock and roll theme, we did a blue hub with a red wheel nut. We thought it looked really trick. And it's nice against also the blue servo and the red horn. It keeps that nice theme, and it makes it really good. It really matches the cover, and we like it. So anyway, you have to change this if you can do the steel universals. It just makes for a more durable setup, and we like it. We think it's an essential upgrade. Now, a really nice other upgrade, if you want to actually enhance the handling by another 10 or 15%, is you actually get the Traxxas Response tire. And then you use the E-Revo wheel. You glue them together, and you could actually make a nice racing tire for the car. It really looks trick. It's nice. It's a bigger wheel than the stock wheel if you look at it here. And stiffer foam here. If you look at the foam here, it's kind of mushy, but it's good, like I said, for overall bashing. If you want to race, you need a really thicker foam. You'll get more precision in your handling and jumping. And this is something that you put together yourself. Like I said, you glue an e-Revo wheel with a response tire. And like I said, it makes the truck look better and it performs just a little bit better as well. Now, Traxxas sells an all-in-one combo where they actually glue the tire to the rim. However, the wheel that they do that with is a white dish wheel. They're really ugly on a car like this. You don't want to put that. I wouldn't buy it. Just do this yourself. If you need me to put together a set for you, text or call me and I'll do this for you. No problem. It's very easy for me. We use the Traxxas glue on this for the best, what's it called, hold, and it's really nice. So anyway, check those wheels and tires out. We'll put links below if you want that, and that'll be great. Now, in addition to being a better wheel, it's also going to give you a slightly wider stance and make the car just a little bit more stable. Now, another upgrade we did on the car is the aluminum toe links. We did them in the red, again, with keeping in with that theme. This is to adjust your toe in. You could adjust it for toe in or toe out. It's also much more durable than the stock plastic, and it has no flex in it. So when you have steering, especially on a 2585R, the steering is going to be just a little bit crisper. It's hard to notice unless you're an expert, but it is a little bit stiffer, and it makes the front, I guess, the handling a little bit more consistent just because there's no flex in it. Now, if you are needing adjustment, it comes with a beautiful aluminum wrench. You could adjust your toe in and toe out with this wrench here. It's nice, included by Traxxas, and it looks really good. Another upgrade I recommend that's not on this particular car are the aluminum wheels for the wheelie bar. Now, the stock wheels are plastic. They do hold the car in a nice wheelie, and they work functionally. They function well. However, if you get the upgraded wheels, they're anodized, and they actually have rubber surround on the wheel. It'll actually make the car track better as you're pulling the wheelie. So it's a nice upgrade. They also look better. And you can match it to the color of your car. If I was getting the wheels for this car, I would get them in red so that they kind of pop and blend in with the hubs and all the other parts on the car. Now, we just want to let you know, if you do want this car, we could set it up for you. Just call the 800 number, ask for Mark, 1-800-470-8932, or you could email me at mark@parkflyers.com. We'll put together an ultimate Maxx for you, and we'll make sure that it's all set up when you get it. All this setup is included when you purchase a car. I do the computer setup on the speed control. I do all the EPA adjustments on the module. So when you get the car, it's perfect out of the box. You get a very highly tuned Maxx with all the upgrades. Anyway, it's well worth it. Anyway, if you're interested in this car, like I said, just reach out to me and we'll help you out. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one, and have a great day.